Hello, Columbia, and welcome to City View, where we give you a close-up view at the city of Columbia. I'm your host, Leisha Utsi. The month of February is Heart Month, and the city of Columbia, in support of the American Heart Association, decided to go red. Not only did we go red, but we also announced the date, time, and location for the second annual Go Red Columbia Fashion Show.
Go Red Columbia is just a wonderful opportunity for the entire community to come together to raise awareness on the issues of heart disease and stroke. Recognizing it's a silent killer, number one killer of our mothers and our daughters and our sisters and our wives. And the more that we can do to raise awareness of the disease, but also to raise awareness as to how many of these deaths are preventable by good diet and exercise. I mean, it's just a wonderful chance, and I'm thankful to Mrs. Devine for her leadership in championing this cause for the last several years.
Well, the fashion show will be Friday, March 11th, which is the night before the Heart Walk. It'll be at the Columbia Metropolitan Museum, and tickets are $25. And you can get tickets here at City Hall or at my law firm at Jabber and Isaac. And so it's important that, you know, we do something fun, but it's important that we raise money that will stay here in our community to help people. And so it'll be a great evening. I encourage everybody to come on out and really come out and join us to have a great evening and support a great cause.
Well, Columbia, are you ready to hoop it up and support the Columbia Lifesavers Blood Drive? Recently, Mayor Steve Benjamin was joined by Coach Dawn Staley and Coach Frank Martin from the University of South Carolina. They are all asking you to hoop it up and donate blood to help others in our community.
Less than 10% of people are willing to join a team that truly matters.
By giving blood, you join a team of heroes that literally helps give life.
Score a point for patients and give blood with the American Red Cross. The Columbia Lifesavers Blood Drive is February 26th at the Columbia Metropolitan Convention Center. Presenting donors get a free t-shirt.
Visit redcrossblood.org to make an appointment. Don't leave it to someone else.
When you give the gift of life, everybody wins.
Columbia is a growing and developing metropolitan city, getting bigger every day. As a part of that, it's also important to plan. The Urban Land Institute recently brought together a group of elected officials, civic leaders, and community leaders to talk about growing municipalities and how to make your city even better.
This is an event sponsored by ULI South Carolina, really about building healthy communities. You know, we're finding more and more that people, health is the bedrock of everything you do, whether it's business, whether it's personal relationships, whether it's quality of life. And we need to think about healthy living as we build our cities.
I think this is really important because I think as people who are involved in the community and moving the community forward, it is important that we consider healthy lifestyles in everything we do, as we consider development, as we consider access to different areas of town, as we think about how easy it is to get from one place to another. And so being here and having such a diverse group of folks in here interacting and sharing their knowledge is really important, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
The City of Columbia also hosted an event in honor of Black History Month. The Karamu statewide parade and festival was recently held. We share with you some of the sights and sounds from this festival and parade. In honor of Black History Month, the Columbia Museum of Art is sponsoring the Columbia Remix.
There was a time in the museum world when museums did not collect art made by everyone. If you were a woman artist, for example, in America, you might as well fly to the moon. I mean, your chances of getting on a museum wall were almost nil. It took museums a long time to mature and realize that the way to tell the story of American art is to include all American artists. So we have made, when I say we, I mean all museums across the country, coast to coast, have made a conscious effort to show the full extent of the creativity of American artists. That means you've got to show women artists, outsider artists who didn't go to art schools and academies, and you've got to show African American artists. And so, 50 years ago, the Columbia Museum of Art, quite frankly, wasn't actively collecting African American art, which means now the silver lining is we have this great opportunity to make up for that and go back and fill out our holdings by prominent African American artists. So we are actively doing that. We're building that collection, and African American art figures more into our regular schedule than ever before, thus the Remix exhibition. Upstairs, we now have a gallery devoted to African American art. So in terms of exhibitions, being on the wall and being in the collection, African American art has taken the place that it always should have had inside of the Columbia Museum of Art. It always should have been there. Now it is, and so we feel great about it. We think this show is exciting. The stuff that's going on the wall upstairs is exciting. So if you live in Columbia and you want to visit the Columbia Museum of Art, you can expect to see the story of contemporary art and American art being told more fully, more fairly, and quite frankly, it's a lot more fun when everybody is there at the party. So we're excited about it.
Well, that wraps up this very busy edition of City View, where we've given you a close-up view at the City of Columbia. Remember to stay tuned to City TV for all of the latest information and highlights, and also visit our website at columbiasc.net and follow us on our social media platforms. And as always, remember, we are Columbia.